Today I'm visiting some of London's biggest tourist attractions that are known to be tourist traps, because I want to see just exactly how much these places are ripping us off by. Each place I go to, I'll tell you how much I think they're worth versus how much I actually paid, so we can find out London's biggest tourist trap. And up first we have Madame Tussauds, essentially a museum of wax. I mean, if you're that into wax, just buy a candle, surely. I've spent £25 on a ticket to go here. 25 quid to see some wax! Oh, don't even get me started. Today is going to annoy me. Okay, we've gone into Madame Tussauds. As you can see, we've got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the house. I mean, this entire thing is people basically queuing up to have pictures with a waxwork, isn't it? Who came up with this as an idea? Me and Timothy. Some people say that we look like twins. I'll let you be the judge of that. I mean, it's chaos today, to be honest. It's chaos. Kids everywhere. Just people going mental for waxworks. It's funny seeing which people that everyone wants to take pictures with. For example, Cara Delevingne, nobody cares. Whereas David Beckham, everyone's queuing up for. That might have been Beckham maybe 10, 15 years ago, but I don't think he quite looks like that now. What always makes me laugh is you can tell that some people genuinely believe that they're having pictures with these people. I can see many of these people actually going home and going, do you know what, I really did get a picture with Daniel Craig. No, you didn't. It actually looks quite accurate, I'll give them that. It does, as much as I criticise this place, it does look quite accurate, to be fair. They probably look happier here than they are in real life. I mean, yeah, okay, you've got Ronaldo in there, you've got David Attenborough, King Charles and all that. Where are our real heroes, our real champions, you know, your Katie Prices of this world? Where are they? Give our own room, our own dedicated room for Katie Price. My favourite member of the royal family, the Queen. Love the Queen, big fan of the Queen. What a woman she was, you know. What I love is that you can pay to have your picture taken with some of these wax figures, and they like to sell it to you by saying, take your memories home with you, as if this is going to be a real memory. When I met the waxwork Ed Sheeran, we look absolutely nothing alike, by the way. He's ginger for a start. Looks like we're about to go on a ride in what looks like a London taxi type thing. I didn't realise that this was actually part of the tour. What happened to the wax? I came here for wax. This should be the entire thing. I can't be asked to walk through half of these rooms. This should be the whole thing sat down. It makes me laugh. They had Jack the Ripper earlier, a man that, you know, killed many people. No Jimmy Savile. Just saying, whether you like it or not, he's part of British culture. No, it stinks. Stinks. Is that my BO, or is that the smell of Victorian times? Some nutter, don't know who that is. Queen Victoria, I think, or is it just an old woman? I don't know at this point. At this point I've got absolutely no idea what's going on or the relevance of any of this, to be quite honest with you. And just like that, I am off the black cab thing. I'm not quite sure what just happened there, I need to process that. Apparently there's a 4D film or something? At what point was there a cinema? Well, do you know what? To be fair, that was actually pretty good. It didn't last that long, 5-10 minutes. It's actually better than I thought. It's not just looking at waxworks. But 25 quid still is a lot. It's a lot for an adult. I think this place, for me, worth 15 quid. Cost 25, that's £10, it's ripping you off by. But if you are into waxworks, they're probably the best waxworks you're going to see. So there is that. Equally, it's just a lump of wax. Up next, we are going to go to the London Eye. And here we are, the London Eye. I was just talking to the guy in the cab on the way here, and he was saying, yeah, the views probably won't be that great up there today. It's looking quite grey and miserable. I was like, oh, good. You've just spent 30 quid for nothing, mate. Anyway, have a good day. £30 to just go on a giant Ferris wheel. It's crazy. There's no way in hell this is going to be worth 30 quid, by the way, so be prepared for an abysmal review. It's either a wonderful feat of engineering or an absolute monstrosity. I'm not quite sure which. But before I go on the massive Ferris wheel, I've got myself a hot dog, a little snack, and I've gone to the ice cream van there, which sells hot dogs, as you do. Little hot dog, £8. £8 for a hot dog. Eight quid for a hot dog. It's crazy. It's ludicrous. It's stupid. It's dumb. But I was hungry. It's lovely and warm in this weather, though. That's another tourist trap for you. Cost 8 quid. It should have cost 3. A lovely bit of sausage. Okay, we're about to board. We're about to get on the big wheel. Okay, we're on. You've got to get on whilst it's moving. So I think this goes on for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes, £30. Well, just got off the London Eye, and it might well be the biggest, most complete waste of time. Well, there's not a huge amount really to see, and you go very slowly. You could probably get it done in about 10 minutes. Let's just be efficient here. So we paid 30 quid for that experience. In actual fact, it should probably cost £10. This ripped us off by 20 quid. It shouldn't be any more than that. There's nothing that special. You're just going around on a giant wheel, you get some pictures, whatever. When it rains, like today for example, you can barely even see outside to take some of the pictures. It's not worth it. It's a massive scam, massive tourist trap. There's more London things you can do than go on a giant Ferris wheel. You can go on a Ferris wheel anywhere. If you want to have the authentic London experience, go have your phone nabbed by some nutter on a bike or something. Do you know what I mean? Don't go on a big wheel. It's pointless. But now we're off to an even more expensive tourist attraction, Sea Life Aquarium. £35 to go to an aquarium. It's crazy. That's a better view of the Houses of Parliament, and it didn't cost me 30 quid to go on a big wheel to see it. It's literally free. Just stand here and look at it. Anyway, here we go. Sea Life London Aquarium for just the small price of 35 quid. That's an impressive entrance. Let's go for a little walk around and see what it's like. Look at this one here. It's a massive one. I don't know if they're mating or just friends. I don't know. You got a few sharks in there knocking about, a few fish, just all sharing the same habitat, you know. I don't know why the sharks aren't eating them. Do you know what I mean? Be a little bit smart about it. Have a nosh on the fish, surely. I don't know, I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe they're vegetarian sharks or something, I don't know. I mean, that's pretty cool in all fairness. They still have to do a few more things though for it to be worth 35 quid. I want an octopus, I want a dolphin, I want a whale. Dead or alive, I'm easy. Whoever designed them, fair play. It's a mental design, orange and white, never been done before. When have you ever seen orange and white being put together? It's a great combination. Okay, I'm a big fan of this. They're just gliding around so majestically. Fish. Turns out it's not just an aquarium, it's also got insects, spiders, snakes. Look at these ants, all working together, carrying bits of leaf through these tubes. These are absolutely massive. Look at the size of these. What on earth are they? I don't know if these are piranhas, but if they were piranhas, they could nosh your head off. You get a few fish and chips out of that, couldn't you? Not the chips, obviously. That'd be dumb. Okay, it seems like we're just about to go into some sort of VR thing. Oh, it's £9 on top of the £35 you just paid to get in here. I give that a miss. We're now heading into some sort of penguin point, as they call it. Are we looking at penguins? Did they have penguins in here? We've got like a viewing point that you can duck down. I assume it's more for kids. But I am a 25-year-old child. Oh Jesus, I can't even stand up. Yeah, very much for kids to look. I mean, there's nothing in here. There's no where are the penguins? It's bloody climate change, that. Not worth hurting my knees. I wasn't expecting there to be so many actually. That's pretty impressive, watch them dive down and just be below the surface of the water. Just chilling. Penguins is good, nose diving, nose bombing into the water. It's impressive. Is it 35 quid though? Do you know what, fair enough. Sea Life Aquarium, you weren't actually too bad in the end. 35 quid, no, definitely not. Trying to get us to pay an extra £9 for the VR was ridiculous as well. It wasn't £35, but I think for the aquarium, I'd say 20. It was pretty good. You got to see a variety of different things. The penguins, the sharks. Okay, no whales, but maybe that was asking a bit too much. Don't get me wrong, still a tourist trap, still a rip-off. But one of the better rip-offs that we've done so far. I respect it. Okay, up next we are going to the Tower of London here, the home of the Crown Jewels. I've never been here before. £35 to go see the Crown Jewels. In theory this one should be a little bit better because at least there's this incredible, you know, bit of jewellery essentially, a crown or whatever, to have a look at, but still 35 quid. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, let's head in. I'm just hoping this place isn't as completely dull and boring as the London Eye. Honestly, it was so boring. After 10 minutes, you just want to get off. Also, we got the Shard over here. I was looking at tickets to go to the top of the Shard and see the view from the top. £28 to go to the top of a building. Can you believe that? 28 quid. Fortunately, it's all sold out. So I'm not, gutting. I don't have to do that now, thankfully. Crazy. Anyway, let's go see some jewellery and stuff. I don't know. It's kind of weird that they turned this sort of into like a tourist attraction. It feels like you're walking around a Disneyland sort of set. Now this is what I'm looking for. That'll do. That will do nicely. Also, bit of torture. Yeah, let's go see the torture tower. That sounds right up my street. Then we'll see the crown jewels. The good old days, when you could torture people. That was really disappointing. It was literally just some like wood out there, and you had to kind of just use your imagination as to how they would have tortured people, which luckily I can do very well. We'll head towards the crown jewels. Okay, this appears to be the home of the crown jewels. A lovely clock up there. Look at that. Proper clock, that. And there's a bit of a queue to get in, so I'm going to join that quickly. Okay, so just came out of the building with all the crown jewels and everything. Typical that the thing I came here to see and show you, you can't film and take pictures of. I didn't realise, I didn't even think about that, to be honest, coming here. I'll put some pictures on screen of things I found online to show you what it looks like. It's basically several really dark rooms with crowns and various different golden things inside boxes for you to look at. It lasts about, I don't know, 15 probably, I'd say, to get through all the different buildings and stuff. It's pretty impressive. Like, it's pretty impressive. I don't know whether it justifies the 35 quid though. I know there's a lot of stuff here and we will have a little look, see if there's anything else of interest, but let's face it, you come to the Tower of London, you're mainly going to see the old crown jewels there. It's good, it's impressive, but like the crowns do pretty much look the same. You know, there's, alright, some have got more bling on than others, but I don't know about it being worth 35 quid. It's pretty disappointing. I'm not trying not to be too grumpy about this, but it's a waste of money. I feel like they need more demonstrations, have people in stocks, get, you know, family and the kids and stuff to throw fruit and veg at them, hang people, you know, but maybe not actually hang them, but, you know, pretend to hang them, have a little sound effect so you can hear the neck snap or something. Do you know what I mean? Do something with it. It's crazy to think that people come out for a good old-fashioned execution. Honestly, it's big. That was their Champions League final, you know, was going to see someone's head come off. You just don't get that much these days, do you? It's all gone very woke these days. You can't even have a little old-fashioned execution anymore. Otherwise people crying outraged. Oh, you can't do it, can't you? Have a little beheading. This is a proper tourist trap. 35 quid to just walk around some buildings which largely have very little in. Okay, they have history and stuff and stuff for you to read, but they're pretty boring. I think I'm actually going to leave this place. There's really nothing to show you, which makes this whole thing pointless for the video. Well, that was a complete and utter waste of time and money. I'm trying not to be really negative about it, but I can only be negative about what was very disappointing. The crown jewels are worth seeing, don't get me wrong, but I would rather sever my own arms and legs than go back in and pay 35 quid again, to be quite honest. It was pretty dull. You should pay a tenner. You should pay a tenner to go see them. That might well be the biggest rip-off so far, I think. That is a proper tourist trap. If you're on a tight budget, do not bother with that place. Do not bother. Waste, absolute waste. I'm gonna head towards, I think, a Hard Rock Cafe. See how much it's gonna set us back. Okay, here we have the Hard Rock Cafe. Apparently it attracts a lot of tourists. It's an American restaurant, supposedly. So I'm expecting to be ripped off. Let's go find out. So there was a 30-minute waiting time for a table, but luckily I've been able to get a seat at the bar straight away. That's the perk of being by yourself when you travel. There's a Lionel Messi burger at random. This is definitely catered to American tourists. I didn't really know what to expect from this place, but as the name suggests, it is like there's rock music on and there's rock memorabilia around. It essentially looks like a sort of rock-based TGI Fridays, but we'll see. I've ordered myself a bacon cheeseburger. I didn't go for the messy burger, it was spicy. It's not for me. The water tastes alright though. Okay, here we go. The burger has arrived. Lots of chips. And then we have got a bacon cheeseburger. Now it looks pretty good, which you'd hope really for 20 quid. Let's see what it's like. This is actually pretty disappointing, to be honest with you. Burger is dry and chewy. It's supposed to be the complete opposite of that. This is pretty disappointing for 20 quid. It's annoying because it looks really good as well. Well, I've got to say, that is thoroughly disappointing. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be amazing food. I knew it was going to be a tourist trap, that's why we went in. But the level of how bad it was and how overpriced it was, I couldn't believe it. Like I said, it was dry, it was chewy. Oh God, what's kicking off now? This is the issue in London, there's too much going on. Someone's about to start rapping now. But you won't believe how much I paid for the burger and chips with a still water. It came to £28. It was so average, really, really average. But that's a tourist trap for you. For that meal, you should be paying 18 quid. And that's being generous, because that burger was really average. You could probably get a better McDonald's burger. It's just a place for Americans to feel like they're still in America. And if that's what the food's like in America, then there's no point going. M&M World. Look at it, a huge, huge shop dedicated to just M&Ms. Truly, I cannot think of anything more ridiculous than having a shop dedicated singly to M&Ms. It's not even a good chocolate, it's okay, it's fine. But not only that, you have people queuing for the privilege of getting into an M&M shop. Completely insane. Talk about a tourist trap. Queuing for a bag of chocolate. There's literally there's a shop down there, you can just get a bag. I mean, look at the size of the queue. The queue is right wrapping around to the shop door for M&M World. What's happening? Anyway, I'm now going to go take one of those big, expensive, ridiculous buses and look round at some of the sights here. Now, many of you said that these bus tours were a bit of a tourist trap. That remains to be seen. As we go past Big Ben here, I've got my flag. I'm being patriotic. That might well be the biggest scam we've seen as the Parliament. Bit of satire there for you. This bad boy cost me just £20. He did a special deal for me. Down from 25 to 20. He must have liked me. And I'm going to really get into this bus tour. The tour's supposed to cost £39, 40 quid basically, to get on and off whenever you want. The guy just told me to get on, so it's free, I guess. He didn't ask me to buy a ticket, so it's on him. It's a bit nippy, a bit windy today to be on a rooftop bus. I could have just sat downstairs, I guess. Well, I've just got off the big bus tour there. As I said before, it's supposed to be 40 quid to get on. But when I went to go get on the bus, I was just told to get on. So, yeah, that's what the driver said, just get on. I mean, 40 quid. Okay, yes, it's a day ticket and you can get on and off and go places and stuff. Don't bother with it. It's a load of rubbish. But, you know, the tourists love it. They're jumping up and down at every time they see a building with a bit of brick in it. They don't even know what half of it is. The American tourists near me, right, they didn't know what Big Ben was. They didn't know. They were looking at it, pointing at it. They didn't know what it was. So, no, it was not worth £40. I would say it was worth 15 at most. Most of these places, as anticipated, were tourist traps. But the worst offender of all, ironically, was the former prison, the Tower of London, charging us 250% more than what I felt it was worth. This whole city is essentially predicated on just squeezing as much money out of people as possible. Anyway, taxi, they're a rip-off as well.